Hi, this is Tim Halloran. I'm just doing my video diary for the day. I'm just going to chat today about a couple of wealth creation ideas. And I've actually written a blog about this, so I'm going to link to my blog at the bottom. And in the blog, I recommend two books. One of them is David Back, The Automatic Millionaire, and the other one is The Slight Edge, Jeff Olson. And both of these books have kind of similar concepts in them, which is about understanding the leverage of time. So we've all got a certain amount of time. Let's say we've got 40 years ahead of us, depending on your age. And just by knowing a few concepts, you can actually kind of get yourself into a better position over time. And I never used to think like this. I always kind of just had an immediate sort of, oh, I need it now, want it now sort of mentality. As soon as I had money, I would spend it. I was always in debt, and I was always behind financially. And my dad actually gave me this book, The Automatic Millionaire by David Back. And it's just a brilliant book. I recommend it to anybody who wants to improve their financial situation. At the time I got it, I had a lot of debt. It talks about how to get rid of debt, in what order to get rid of it, how to lower your interest rate. But there's also just a bunch of other sound financial advice. I mean, it's not you're going to be a millionaire tomorrow kind of book. It's just simple strategies that anybody can use no matter where they are, what their financial situation is. So it also talks about paying off your mortgage early if you have one. At the time, I didn't have a mortgage. Couldn't even get a house. Couldn't get on a property ladder. I was just deep in debt, and I thought reading this book wouldn't do me any harm. So he talks about paying off debt as a priority, staying out of debt. Living beneath your means, and this was a big one for me. When I started putting some money aside every month, it lowered my monthly income, but because I was using my bank account balance as a sort of a thermostat as to what I could do, or what I spent money on, what I did, how I lived, it immediately kind of allowed me to live beneath my means, because I was putting the money aside every month. I was paying myself first. And this is a major concept in the book. And then there's the Latte Factor, David Back also talks about, which is basically what you spend money on, what you justify spending money on, all those little kind of treats that you give yourself. If you smoke and you drink, you're spending a huge amount of money on those drugs, which is immediate kind of method of saving. If you're in financial poverty, look at your habits, look at what you do. The Slight Edge is a similar sort of mentality. It takes the long approach, but I learned a massive amount from the Slight Edge, just from one of the graphs in the book, which is kind of explaining how that we kind of it was a sort of a success failure mediocrity curve, and the graph shows that people dip in and out of failure and mediocrity, and they don't achieve success because they stop trying. When they kind of level out and they're in a comfortable financial position, there's no longer a need to push and strive and make changes, because, well, everything's sort of okay now. And then until you fall back down to the failure curve, and I was big time in this curve, because I was kind of, my goal was always just to get to zero, because I was always in debt, and I was only motivated when I was right at the threshold of my overdraft limit, and I suddenly started getting panicked. So I'd be selling my stuff and giving up all my bad habits, and getting work, and then when I leveled off and I was getting to a kind of a more neutral financial standpoint, I'd be like trying to take the foot off the gas a little bit and take it easy and fall back into some of my old habits. So check out my my blog, Wealth Creation Ideas. I'm going to put a link under this video to that. And that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.